Hiya, folks. If you're new in town, don't be shy and just stand by. Let me explain to you how this works. Feeling bored or lonely and you need someone to watch cartoons with? Then look no further, because I'm here to play in your ear. You can listen to the podcast alone or alongside the cartoon. The choice is yours. Either way, let's get to Toon Along. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Toon Along. Today we're doing a Christmas special. A Christmas special. How about that? Well, you know what? We're doing a Hey Arnold Christmas, Season 1, Episode 19. I'm guessing if they did Episode 19, it must have been, they must have started, I don't know, in the summer, right? If they have 19 episodes? Unless they didn't go in order, or they didn't have them every week, or it was every day, I don't know. But this one here is Season 1, Episode 19. Let's give it a good start, shall we? All right, so here let's go. Let's start the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. And there should be a clock, and it says, Hey Arnold. Husks. Okay. Created by Greg Bartlett. Hey Arnold. One of the great Nickelodeon shows of all time. I always categorize them the same way. I always put Hey Arnold with Angry Beavers, even SpongeBob. I mean, SpongeBob is a little more superstardom than Hey Arnold, but for me they're all in that category, if you will. But yeah, here we go, the Christmas special. 'Tis the season, right? So why not? I always enjoyed the way they drew the city, the way they drew the show. Look at the way the snow's falling. It doesn't look generic. It looks like every snowflake's unique. And the thing I like about Hey Arnold is the morality of it. I found it was a little bit more mature for a Nickelodeon show. It had its moments where, it was goofy and some of the characters were just, awkward for Nickelodeon and meant for it, if you will. But Hey Arnold always stood out as the more mature of the Nickelodeon brand. This is no Ren and Stimpy. This is no cat dog goofiness. This is a city with characters. Depth, lots of depth, lots to enjoy. Probably not a good show for me growing up. I don't think I remember watching it. I watched it. It used to play every Saturday and sometimes on Sundays on the good old YTV up here in Canada. But definitely a good Nickelodeon show. And I just remember it being a little too mature for me. Probably, actually, you know what? It was probably meant for my age, but I wasn't mature enough to get it. So fair enough. And there's Gerald wearing his hat to keep his hair warm. Honestly, watching this show, I probably kept watching it into my teens, mid-teens. Not regularly, but when it played, I'd give it a little watch. Or sometimes there was a few episodes that stood out, like the baseball one in the street. I always remember that one being pretty cool. Yeah, this episode here, as far as I remember, I think Helga's trying to buy Arnold a gift or something. It's again on the morals of Christmas, the morals of giving and receiving, and Arnold is trying to help his neighbor find his lost daughter. So it just goes to show that material objects aren't all that, they don't matter that much. What really matters is family. If you're missing a loved one, anybody out there in Christmas time this year, or any year, if you've missed a loved one, if you haven't seen them in years, well, I hope you find your path, and I hope you guys get reunited. Just like Arnold's going to try and do for this guy here. I forgot his name. I should know his name. It's like Mr. Lou or something. Mr. Kim. It's probably not, but you know what I mean. It's got to be something. I think he's from Cambodia, if I recall. Oh, I remember that guy, the Ukrainian-Russian guy. Yeah, and I remember. And I think the short guy works at the deli. Could be wrong about that, but so I'm trying to understand his situation here. Arnold lives in it's kind of like an orphanage, or he lives with his grandfather, and maybe he just rents the whole block. I think that's what it is. From what I know from our Hey Arnold, I'm pretty sure the show is not. This is not supposed to be New York City. Although growing up, I always assumed it was like a block in some part of New York or New Jersey. But later on finding out that it's actually in, is it Portland, Oregon? It's intended to be Portland, Oregon. But who cares? Honestly, who cares where it is? As long as the characters are good and the story's right, can't go wrong. And honestly, any series, any cartoon series, it's kind of hard to mess up a Christmas special. I mean, today it is, but back then, they just did it right. Back then, it was all about the morals. It was all about the giving. It wasn't about the presents. It was about, the emotions of it and what you do, what you're supposed to do during this time of the season, this festive time. And now I guess every twist, every story's been done, and there's just not too much you can do with Christmas anymore. And now it's changing as well in the mainstream spotlight. So it doesn't have the same flavor like it used to. But Hey Arnold, definitely, if you're going to watch a Christmas special this year, if you don't have a lot of shows to watch, a lot of Christmas specials to sit down and watch, not enough time, if you do have a chance to watch one episode, give this one a shot, because it can hit the heart pretty good. Like, look right now. He's staring outside looking at his picture. And you know what? Nobody ever knew this about this guy. Hey, just on a side note, do you see the wallpaper banana? The banana wallpaper in the back? Okay, now they're doing a flashback. See, they're showing him with his daughter, and there's war in the country, and they get separated. Just hits you like a good Christmas story. Yeah, that's one thing I liked about Hey Arnold. Well, I didn't really know about it growing up, but watching it later on in later years, grew more to appreciate the show. And I think they should, they came back with the to finish the story with Arnold, right? They came out with a couple movies. They had the one with the mall. That was an older one. But the more recent one where Arnold's in the jungle and he's searching for his parents and ends up finding them. I always found that the show, leaving it unresolved, leaving that part open, kept Arnold as a serious character. He had depth. He was mature for his age. He was on his own. Okay, so I'm guessing it's Vietnam, or is it Vietnam or Cambodia? I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong. I just don't remember, and I'm not really hearing the volume too well. But look, the whole point is enjoy the story. Watch the story. Thanks for tuning along if you guys did. Really appreciate it. I'm going to try and do a couple more Christmas specials this time of the season. It only comes once a year, so take advantage, right? Oh, that's got to be so sad. Imagine you got to let your daughter go because you want her to survive, and you might not survive. That's got to be the hardest thing to do. And for a kid's show to have that, kudos on them. Kudos on Nickelodeon. Now, it's not the same Nickelodeon today as it was back then. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't get an episode like this today. Pretty sure it'd be too sensitive. People wouldn't like the emotion. Just wouldn't be meant. And even then, now, I'm thinking about it. Kids today are supposed to be somewhat more mature, right? They're supposed to be more advanced. They have access to more information, more technology. But this episode played back then for an audience that, including myself, I remember watching this episode, right around Christmas time. I remember watching the Animaniacs, watching SpongeBob, watching Angry Beavers, all the classic shows that had Christmas specials. And then this comes on and kind of dampens the mood a bit, but also makes you realize and open your eyes. It makes you appreciate life. And I think a show like this, just look at the two characters, the way they are, the way they're hanging out. It's they're definitely mature for their age. And I'm pretty sure they were more mature for the age group that was intended for. I don't know, I want to say this show was meant for kids between the ages of 8 and 12. Intended, but I'm sure a lot of other people watched in between. Including myself, I probably watched some episodes when I was 16 up to 18 and caught it on TV, and why not? Got so many episodes. I do remember Gerald's voice changing. Or maybe he changed in the movie, that's what it is. But Arnold's voice changed. I think they had a couple voice actors for that character. I don't know, I just want to... If anybody out there has any Christmas specials they'd like to see, give me a quick comment or shout out. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you guys remember as far as the old holiday season specials. I think I might do eventually a top 10, maybe next year. This year I just want to enjoy some good episodes, and maybe next year I'll do a top 10, my top 10 Christmas specials of cartoons. And I'm even going to include some TV shows, like not only cartoons, but TV shows as well, because I don't want a few of them to go missed. Principal's working hard on Christmas Day. Is it Christmas Day or is it Christmas Eve? Yeah, I always remembered being in elementary school, and I don't know if this is the same for all you folks out there, but, 2-3, I mean, maybe a week before Christmas break would start, you'd be doing arts and crafts, Christmas arts and crafts, all the different festive things. Get you really in the zone, really in the mode. Imagine you're coming home, you just made you made a Christmas decoration for your parents. Come home, turn on the TV. It's just littered with Christmas specials after Christmas special, non-stop. And the thing is, usually you saw it and they didn't play it again. Unless it was a really popular one, you were lucky if you saw one Christmas episode a year for certain seasons. And I want to say Hey Arnold was one of those shows. I think they only played for myself anyway, I think I've only seen it once during Christmas time. And you'd have to wait till next year to see it. So, but the fact that I do remember some of this episode. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I do remember the story where he's looking for his neighbor's daughter. And I think this is what he's doing now. He's looking for any information he can get. Arnold is a driven character. He's a perfect character to mainstream a show. Perfect character. Football head. Just well designed, just simple. It's actually very simple, but some of it kind of gives me a bit of the vibes of Recess. Like when I look at the principal, or when I look at this guy, I think he's a principal. But when I see him, it just reminds me a bit of a character from the Disney show Recess. There's all kinds of characters that kind of resemble from different shows. It's fun. I really hope they get inspirations from each other. It's not all competition out there. Sometimes it's good to enjoy some of the art that some of your fellow animators do. And look at that tree in the mall. That's pretty cool. I must have been inspired by something in New York City or something. Oh, I remember that kid, the guy with the big nose. I always thought he was with the rougher guy. Oh, that's right, the rougher guy. His dad worked at at like a sausage meat place or something, a butcher shop. Yeah, he was a butcher, wasn't he? He was either a butcher or his buddy worked at the butcher shop. So now Arnold's doing his Christmas shopping. See, that's another thing right there. That's classic. That's a classic time machine right there. Cartoons are gonna preserve history. Shopping like that, stacked with boxes, going to your car, coming back, getting something else, looking for random things. Oh, I forgot somebody. Doesn't happen anymore. Now you just click on your phone, buy something, you're done. Christmas worries are done. But still, I kind of miss going to the mall with my parents, going through that hectic stress. Obviously I had no stress going to the mall with my parents. I mean, they had the stress. They were spending all the money buying gifts for all the kinds of people. Just imagine trying to do that today with all the people in the malls. There's so many more people now. It'd be crazy. It'd be hectic. She's trying to buy a gift for Arnold, but I'm remembering another episode where she buys these boots, these Spumoni boots or something. And I'm thinking there's an episode of Hey Arnold where they're outside and it's just the street freezes over and it turns into a giant skating rink and they play hockey. They're skating all over. I always thought that was kind of a Christmas special, but now I'm realizing it. I'm pretty sure it was just a winter episode. Classic video game. Oh, is there anybody out there that remembers the Hey Arnold bus game? I think it was supposed to be a game for the movie, or just a mini game. It had it on miniclip.com back in the day, or even Nickelodeon.com. For sure Nickelodeon. And you could download it. They had a shockwave file for it, install it, and you just drive around the bus collecting things, going on ramps. You had a timer. You had to collect things to keep your timer going. For its time, it was like, for me, that was a sandbox as you can get of a game for a game during that time. And I want to say, like, whenever that Hey Arnold movie came out, I want to say 2000, 98, 99, 2000, something like that. For its time, kind of revolutionary. They did a really good job on the game. And I just remember playing the game and trying to go around Hey Arnold City, seeing what you can find. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Who remembers those stores, those department stores with the guys with the tie? You'd be looking everywhere for something, couldn't find anybody to help you. The reason I remember this because my parents would just go shopping, and you'd be waiting. I wanted to go to the toy store. I wanted to go to Toys R Us, go check out the good stuff. But instead, you're looking around for shoes and pajamas for people that are going to wear once a year. It doesn't fit, and then got to come back. That's why Boxing Day existed up here. I'm pretty sure they had something like that in the U.S. Well, they have Black Friday, right? They have the Black Friday stuff, but I mean, it's all commercialized now. Everybody has it, and I'm wondering if they have a version of Boxing Day, or if the UK has one as well. I'd imagine everybody has their version of post-Christmas holiday season splurging. People buy like crazy, and then they have no more money. Come February, companies got to do something to try and make some revenue. So that's crazy. I'm pretty sure people today just give money, right, with cards. That's how it's done in my case. So give me a shout out there, anybody who's still doing the hardcore Christmas shopping, going out there, buying the gift, checking it out, putting it in your car, going home, wrapping it, spending a good week to get Christmas presents, and then seeing the people unwrap it, and then you thought they'd be more excited, and then you go, oh fuck, I did all that work. The least you can do is just act a little more excited. Yeah, Nickelodeon. Great network. And I mean, I don't want to crap on the new stuff, but honestly, me personally, I do prefer this generation for Nickelodeon shows. The Hey Arnolds, the Roccos, Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy. Doesn't get any better. Oh, look, Helga's listening in. Helga, that's one thing too about this show. Helga's supposed to be like a darker character. She's supposed to be cynical. She's supposed to be the kind of the anti-hero for Arnold. There's not really too many bad guys in this show, but she's one character. Like if you could do a top 10 relationship between characters, Helga and Arnold would definitely be on that list, I think. The chemistry between them, she acts one way when she's with him. She acts differently when she's not. She secretly loves him. How many shows have that kind of depth depth with characters? The character development. Gerald's his best friend. He's always hanging out with him. Never leaves his side. That's a good friend right there. So I think, I think this is a good show to keep going. Definitely bring it back. Wouldn't it be cool if you can have a website where you can make a petition or some kind of statistic where you can just see what shows you want to see again? And then maybe companies can take a look at it and go, okay, well, maybe there's something there. Maybe we can give it a little shot. Maybe make a little top 10 on that as well. I always found those streets pretty cool. It's not as busy as New York, but it's got that city feel to it. And on a side topic, Arnold's room. I hope they showed in the episode, but Arnold's room, definitely one of my favorite rooms. If I could, I think people have recreated his room. I'm almost certain. It's so iconic. Top floor with those those moon windows, those sun windows. Yeah, is that it right there? Yeah, there you go. He's in his room right now. He's lying on his bed just staring up at the sky. Ah, look at that. Who wouldn't want to have a room like that as a kid? Look at all the drawers. Put all your knickknacks in there. You come home, but think about it. Arnold's depressed, and Arnold doesn't have parents. Arnold's living with his grandfather. He's a really deep character. He's gone through a lot of trauma, so the least you can do is give him a nice room like that, which is pretty sweet. And Arnold's grandpa is probably one of the nicest people. He's probably the coolest grandpa out there. Trying all kinds of stuff. So that's a school. And Helga's going out of her way to do something for Arnold. She does have a heart. She might act tough on the outside, but that's also a message in real life. People are like that in real life. Sometimes people are a little more, out in the open, a little bit more rough, but maybe it's to mask a little soft spot inside. And Christmas time brings the best parts of us all, right? Nothing more warming than watching a Christmas special. You got the fire, roaring fire in the fireplace. You got your Christmas tree up. You got a few gifts underneath, a few little gifts 2 weeks before. You're always wondering what's in there. Of course, I was very privileged to have a good Christmas. Always had gifts, always had stuff. Kept that Santa Claus story going pretty long. It's fun. Why not? It gives good cheer, makes people happy, and it brings everyone together. Just like right now. See, everyone's hanging out, and I forget his name, but see, yeah, right there. He's staring with he has his pipe in his hand. That guy's deep, and Arnold can relate to some degree. He lost his parents. He's feeling sad for the guy. And look, everybody else in the apartment just not doing anything. They're just, they're just concentrating on their gifts. What did I get? What did I get? And the other guy's just like, listen, I don't want nothing. I just want to see my daughter, and I think that'd be the best gift. Yeah, Mr. Bartlett. I don't know if Mr. Bartlett. Well, he created the show, but I'm wondering who wrote this episode. I'll take a look after. But well written episode. Definitely stands the test of time. Ah, nice tree. Yeah, I always, growing up, seeing the situation where Arnold's living in a house like this, I never really asked many questions. I just kind of accepted it, But now that you think about it, like, any sane kid would go, well, how come Arnold lives in a house like that? Why are there random strangers gathered by a fireplace? Whoa, he brought her back. He brought her back. That's crazy. Look at this. I think they do it in slow motion, right? Yeah, you have to do it in slow motion. Because this is the moment. This is the moment right here. This is the heartfelt moment. This is what Christmas is all about. Can't get a better gift than that, honestly. Tell me a better gift. Even $10 million would not be better than that moment right there. There ain't no money worth that moment. Hey, was the guy in the back, the short fat guy in the back crying? Couldn't tell. Just all different variety of characters. Is that Arnold's grandmother? I think so, right? That's his grandma and grandpa? But I think the grandma was a little bit wacky and cuckoo, if I remember. Wow. Look at Arnold's face. That's a warm face. He's like, you know what? We did it, guys. I got my Christmas gift. Arnold, the true inspiration, he didn't have to get anything. He didn't have to even give anything. He wanted to give something to his buddy. He wanted to, bring his daughter back. Obviously, that would have been impossible. But the fact that he went out of his way, and there's Helga just waiting by the door. That's the end of the episode. What a good one. What a good episode. Yeah, just go ahead and watch that one again, even on Christmas Day. You know what? Here's what you got to do. Wake up Christmas morning. Watch a few wacky, cartoons, SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy. And then just before heading out, throw this on. Season 1, Episode 19 of Hey Arnold. And just get that feel before you go out, before you go meet people. And just have that in your mind, and it doesn't get any better than that. Anyways, folks, thanks for tuning along. If you guys did, check me out. Check us out on on Twitter, on the old twits, the Facebook. We got a podcast on iTunes, on TuneIn Radio, and Spotify. Trying to get out there a little bit more. Shoot a quick like or subscribe if you can. If not, it's all good. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And I hope it inspired you to go watch some Hey Arnold. Why not? Maybe just go watch the next episode, episode 20. Maybe that's what I'll do now. But thank you, everybody. And yeah, Christmas is in a couple weeks. We'll do a few more Christmas specials, holiday specials. Definitely want to do a Rugrats one. I always found Rugrats did good ones. They have a few of them, if I'm not mistaken. They have one also with a Hanukkah in there, so that'd be a cool one to do. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, for those who did, and have yourself a good one. Take care now. Bye-bye.
You just listened to a Toon Along Podcast. If you like what you heard or have any comments or feedback, don't hesitate to check out more on iTunes, Spotify, and TuneIn Radio, as well as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for more info. I'll see you next time. Ciao!